Distinguished guests, dear friends, Galimela, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to join you at this international conference on the international system in the fast-changing world, building a community with a shared future for mankind. This is a timely conference with highly relevant theme. At the outset, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Cyprus, I'd like to extend warm congratulations on the opening of this event. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the victory of the World Anti-Fascist War and the founding of the United Nations. Emerging from the devastation of wars, the international community drew painful lessons from history, leading to the establishment of the United Nations and the widespread recognition of multilateralism. However, today's world is beset by rising unilateralism and bullying practices. In particular, a certain country has openly threatened territorial expansion, waged trade and tariff wars, and willfully applied the law of the jungle for the sake of its selfish interests. These actions have seriously undermined the UN-centered international system and blatantly challenged international order underpinned by international law. The international community has suffered for far too long. In this context, I would like to share with you 3 points of view. First, in a world marked by intervened changes and turbulence, the international community needs more than ever to uphold true multilateralism. We must uphold fairness and justice and promote greater democracy in international relations. All countries, regardless of size or strength, are equal. Global affairs should be jointly discussed and decided by all countries. The future of the world should be in the hands of all nations. It needs to be stressed that rules should not be set by a single country or a small number of people. Double standards or selective application should not be allowed by widely recognized international rules. We must uphold openness and inclusiveness and adhere to multilateral trade rules. Trade war or tariff war benefits no one. The world must not and cannot return the state of isolation or division. Countries should work together to promote economic globalization towards a greater openness, inclusiveness, balance, and mutual benefits. We must uphold solidarity and cooperation and strive to bridge differences. In a world featured by both diversity and unity, countries are interconnected and share a common future. In the face of global challenges, no nation can stand alone. Dialogue must replace confrontation. Consultation must replace coercion. And win-win cooperation must replace zero-sum games. Second, true multilateralism is a shared commitment between China, the EU, and Cyprus. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the China-EU diplomatic relations. Both China and the EU advocate and practice multilateralism. We are 2 major forces for multipolarity, 2 major markets supporting globalization, and 2 great civilizations promoting diversity. While the world is undergoing profound changes and shared pursuit of multilateralism, openness, and cooperation between China and the EU remains unchanged. As long as China and the EU uphold dialogue and cooperation, bloc confrontation will not take hold. As long as both sides uphold openness and mutual benefits, the tide of the economic globalization will not be fundamentally reversed. The commitment to multilateralism also forms the foundation of the China-Cyprus strategic partnership. The 2 countries have firmly supported each other on issues concerning core interests and major concerns, and resolutely upheld the One China principle and the One Cyprus principle in multilateral platforms such as the UN. Under the new circumstances, China is ready to work with the EU and Cyprus to set a good example for practicing multilateralism. Third, China is a staunch pillar of true multilateralism. 80 years ago, China was the first country to sign the UN Charter. Over the past 8 decades, China has remained committed to multilateralism, with the future of humanity in mind and the well-being of the people at heart. President Xi Jinping has put forward the vision of building a community with a shared future for mankind, and 3 major global initiatives, which are the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, and the Global Civilization Initiative. China advocates for an equal and orderly multipolar world and inclusive economic globalization that benefits all. In this way, we have contributed Chinese wisdom to the reform and the improvement of global governance. China is committed to peaceful development and has played a constructive role in the settlement of hotspot issue and the UN peacekeeping efforts. We are resolutely expanding high standard, opening up, and advancing high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, contributing to common developments and prosperity worldwide. China firmly supports the UN's central role in international affairs and staunchly upholds the purposes and principles of the UN Charter and the international law. We spare no efforts to promote fairness, justice, and progress for all humanity. Just last Friday, the International Organization for Mediation, initiated by China, was officially inaugurated in Hong Kong. This offers a new option for the international community to resolve disputes and achieve reconciliation on a voluntary basis. It is a concrete step in practicing multilateralism and fulfilling the spirit of the UN Charter. We hope more countries will join this organization and support it in playing a positive role in the peaceful resolution of disputes. Distinguished guests, dear friends, China is a builder of world peace and a contributor to global development and a defender of the international order. Faced with complexities and chaos in today's world, China's choice is clear and unwavering. We will always stand on the side of multilateralism, on the side of equity and justice, and on the side of the common interests of the international community. China is ready to work with all parties to draw wisdom from history, uphold true multilateralism, and firmly advance the building of community with a shared future for mankind. Together, let's create a bright future for the world. Thank you all.